coming up here on Super Sunday, we do have this matchup as Everton travel here away from home against Manchester United. And also at Anfield, we do have this game here as Liverpool, as they'll face here over Man City in the game live at Anfield here for this afternoon. And also coming up after that, we do have Leeds United, as they're the home team, and they take on here over Sheffield United live at the Yorkshire Derby, as that game will be live here of the coverage for this afternoon. Hello everybody and welcome back here on Super Sunday, as it's been weeks of course of no Super Sunday coverage here on Sky Sports, and I am here joined by our regular pundit Andy Gray, as we do have this big game here kicking things off first between Manchester United, as they will have a chance here to try and get the win over the line here in this game when they do actually play in this matchup here over the team they're up against here will be Everton. Well, I really think that this game will be very, very tight, because we know that Man United are a team who are top of the league, only 6 points clear at the top of the Premiership, while Everton, however, are currently third in the league, a team that are in a position that are the dark horses this season, and made a very good surprise this season, Everton, to be anywhere near the UEFA Champions League spot. And we know that obviously Man United's form at home has not been the best comparison to their away form this season, despite them being top of the Premiership so far this season, because they lost here to Brentford at the start of the season. They also lost to Aston Villa at Old Trafford also, and their home form is not as great as their away form in terms of losses. So that might be an advantage that Everton might create in this matchup. But Ronaldo as well will be really fit in this game to try and get the win here, because United cannot afford to lose this matchup, because a massive win, of course, over City last week in that Manchester derby to get that win over the line and get themselves that massive 3 points to go 6 points clear at the top of the Premiership. And that could really, really happen, of course, maybe for United to do so. But we all know that obviously for Everton, it's something that they have to try and also create as well. A massive blow maybe, and a massive chance to try and, really relate to that result here and stop United from going even more wins under their belt, and give Man City a chance again to try and put the pressure back on United's shoulders if Everton end up winning here away from home at Old Trafford. So it'll still be a big game to play. United are the favourites, I think, to win this matchup, though, because in their last meeting, they both played each other. Everton lost 1-0 to Man United at Goodison Park way back in December and Christmas. So I feel that this game will be very, very big. This will be in terms of who will get the result here in this match. But I feel United are the real hot favourites, despite their away form is losing more games at home in comparison to their away form. But I feel that United cannot really slip up from this now. So we'll see what happens in the matchup if United and Pochettino's side could really be as consistent in this match. Okay, thank you very much there, Andy, and let's get straight to the matchup at Old Trafford, as Manchester United are at home at Old Trafford here to take on against Everton, and let's get to that game live on Sky Sports between the two sides. And let's get straight into the matchup here for Old Trafford, Manchester United versus Everton, live here in this big game of action. We all know how good this game really can be in terms of rivalry, in terms of Everton and United through the years, as these two teams are the founding members of the Premiership, and we know how real intense this game's going to be for these two sides, especially for Man United, who are top of the Premiership at the moment. And obviously for Pochettino's side, he wants his team to try and go all the way now, all out, to win the Premier League title at the end of the season. Massive win last week against Man City away from home, a few miles away from the stadium at the Etihad last week, and won that match by 2-1. But as of right now, the lineup here for Man United, we do have in goal, we are going to have is Navas, we also going to have Shaw, Slur, Marquinhos, we also going to have Kessie as well, Casemiro, Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, Garnacho, and also Cristiano Ronaldo. And the two teams shake hands, and now Everton, we know that they are the real underdogs of the Premiership for this season under their manager Sean Dyche, as we know that Everton has got a very good team. Pickford in goal, We also have here is Braithwaite, Tchaikovsky, Doucouré, Barkley, Dwight McNeil, Alex Iwobi, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and also Richarlison. And we know there's a very good team that Everton have, by the way. And let's see who comes up on top in this matchup in terms of this match. It is a massive game to watch. And also here's C. And here we go. Man United kick things off against Everton. And here we go here for kickoff, ladies and gentlemen. And Old Trafford, obviously the theatre of dreams. The arena of lots of trophies have won through the years, the Premierships and, you know, the Champions Leagues, the FA Cups. So many other championship titles that United have won under the great Sir Alex Ferguson back in the day. But this season it could be the exact same thing like Ferguson days. Might win the league this year, because we all know that United are currently top of the league, only 6 points clear from Man City at the moment as we speak. And now here's Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He's through. Could be a goal here for Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and it's gone wide. Massive chance right there for a goal, but here's Navas will pass the ball short here to Slur. Now to Luke Shaw. Now Rashford, now Kessie. Now Fernandes, now is Casemiro. And now here's Ronaldo. And now Casemiro. Now we do have a throw-in, by the way. Now is McClello. Now here's the Braithwaite. Now Doucouré. Now Calvert-Lewin. And what's a goal right there from Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And what a hit right in the top corner. And an unbelievable strike. And that was Everton are in the lead here. Brilliant. Brilliant hit. And a brilliant goal. And Everton are actually in front here so far, ladies and gentlemen. The Premier League leaders are behind over Everton, but we've got to understand that Everton's had a very good season so far. Third in the Premiership. There's only 10 games to go left of the season. And for them to be in that position, Everton, there's a chance for them to try and qualify for the UEFA Champions League. Now Garnacho's through, and he scores in the other end. And now we've got ourselves game on here in this match. There's Alejandro Garnacho scored that massive goal last week against Man City to win them the game away from home in that crucial title race. But as of right now, the exact same thing's happening here as he scored here at Old Trafford to make it 1-0 in the game. And now here's Calvert-Lewin. And now Kessie. Now here's Casemiro. Now Ronaldo. And Ronaldo's through here. Could be another goal here for United to make it 2-1. Ronaldo's through, and Ronaldo scores. And now Man United are in front. What a brilliant goal right there from Cristiano Ronaldo. Really show a lot of his class and quality he has in the match. And what an unbelievable strike. In that top corner as well. Absolutely brilliant. Now Doucouré. Now Richarlison. Now to Iwobi. And a goal from Iwobi meanwhile on the other end. What a game fest here of a big 2 goals in both sets of teams in the first half. A 4-goal thriller so far in the first half of the matchup. A mistake there from the United defender. And you can't give away mistakes like that if you're top of the Premiership. And United do tend to make a little bit of mistakes at the back sometimes this season. Attacking wise has been great for them, but defending right there has been a little bit, let's say, stroppy, if you want to put it that way. But here's Ross Barkley. Now Kessie. Now here's James Tchaikovsky. Iwobi. Now Calvert-Lewin. Now Slur. Now Barkley. Doucouré. Has a shot. Oh, unbelievable chance right there to score by Sean Dyche. Obviously knows that his team have been absolutely great this season in terms of where they're currently at in the league. And I've said that before and I'll say it again, Everton have got that massive chance to try and get something here over United and stop them from getting another victory onto their name. But it is half time, ladies and gentlemen, here at the break. And it's a 4-goal thriller here at Old Trafford. As I've got to say, it ends here at half time. Man United 2, Everton 2 at the break here, ladies and gentlemen.
Manchester City, the kings of English football again.
You'll never stop this thing. I will never let you go.
And now, obviously, Everton will start things off. Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Now Richarlison. And the chance for Richarlison to score, but good defending. Now cross into the box, header away. And there could be a chance here for a goal for Everton. And it is a goal. And Everton are in front. Once again, Everton are back in front. It's the second time in this matchup they've been in the lead in this game. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin got that ball over past the goalkeeper. And Everton have been absolutely great, they've been. In terms of the football, in terms of where they are at the moment. If they can get a result here over United, it might look like it might be positive for Man City to get anything over Liverpool in the next matchup here on Super Sunday. And probably Man United fans probably want Liverpool to do a favour and win here in a couple of hours' time to try and get the points real massive gap between City and United in the Premiership table. Maybe United might want a favour from Liverpool, potentially so. But it's a header away there from Everton. Everton are in front here at Old Trafford. And this might be a bottle, this job here for Man United. It might be. 6 points clear at the top of the league they are. But they might go 9 points as it stands if they can get a result here over Everton. At the moment they won't be, but if they can get a result they can. But Man City do have Liverpool away from home though. That'll be a tough game. Even though Liverpool have been slipping up at home recently this season, it might be, let's say, a turning moment, obviously, for Liverpool to get something in terms of winning here over City. But a yellow card, meanwhile, in the game, as Nicholas Slud, the German defender, has been booked for a yellow card in the match, and the yellow card has been given. And Garnacho comes off the field, and Alex Telles will come on the field. And he takes it and shoots, but that's gone all the way now wide.
Substitution for Manchester United. Coming off the pitch.
Now let's see what happens from here now. Here's Marquinhos.
Replaced by number 39.
Now Dalot.
Scott McTominay.
Now it's Fernandes. Now chance for Ronaldo, and he scores! And that's an unbelievable goal. And Cristiano Ronaldo has put that ball past the keeper from Everton. And what a hit in that top corner as well. And Abibat obviously comes on the field. And now is Everton now in the attack. Everton now through. Trying to score, but went on the go to the goalkeeper there of Navas. Now Doucouré. Now pass there now to Ronaldo. Now Ronaldo might be through here. He might score a hat-trick, Ronaldo. And he does. And Cristiano Ronaldo, the greatest player of all time, makes it a hat-trick here over Everton. 4-3 now. It's been a very good game, I've got to say. Entertainment in terms of both ends. But United have now got themselves in front again here. 4-3 at Old Trafford. And Everton, obviously for them, we know that they want to try and maybe get anything out of this game. Because the last time these two teams played each other this season, we know that at Goodison Park, when Everton only lost one game all season at the time in December, Man United won 1-0 in that last minute by a goal from Alex Telles. And that was a massive goal to put them top of the league. And Everton were top before going into Christmas, and United stopped them from doing so, trying to extend on that. But now we've got ourselves, looks like here, a substitution, as we have a double substitution here now for Everton. We've got another, let's say, 5 minutes left of the game to go, by the way. 5 minutes. Now Kessie. Now Scott McTominay. Ronaldo's through. Ronaldo! And what a hit from Ronaldo! It's 5-3 and 4 goals from that man. And what a hit from him from outside of the box. And Everton are now 2 goals behind here in this game. 5-3. What an unbelievable goal. Now Obi. Now good defending. A free kick's going to be given here for Everton in this match. Now Barkley will take it. And a shot right in the keeper's hands, and that's going to be that. And that is going to be the end of that game, of course, of Man United in this match. But 4 goals there from Cristiano Ronaldo to win them the game, as it ends Manchester United 5, Everton 3 at full time. An absolute amazing 4 goals from Cristiano Ronaldo to get the massive victory here over Everton here at Old Trafford. And Andy, let's talk about this game and let's talk about United's performance. How do you feel about this result and the game, and also the matchup here for the game itself? It is massive for Manchester United. We know how big this really is in terms of the football and also in terms of the coverage here, because we know how good this really is. Manchester United show a lot of quality, a lot of fight, a lot of passion, and Everton also really got themselves in the lead during the match-up here. And I thought Everton might get a big surprise victory over against Man United away from home. But again, United kept themselves very consistent. They were very ruthless, they were. And obviously United did not want to let Everton get a result here at Old Trafford, because they're in a title race. And that win, obviously, from last week against Manchester City really sums it all up. 6 points clear from Man City in the league, and they want to go all the way now and win the Premiership. And we know that Everton really made it harder in the matchup slightly for United in the game, but however, for Everton, they were, let's say, a lot sharper in themselves, and a great result for them. And they really show a lot of fight, they did, and a lot of character, and a lot of belief, a lot of hunger as well. And that's why they got the win over the line. I wonder why United have got that massive 3 points in the bag. Thank you very much there, Andy. And let's get straight now to the game here on Super Sunday for our second matchup here of coverage, as we do have the team who lost to United last week, Man City, as they play here away from home against Everton's rivals from the other side of Merseyside, Liverpool. And let's get to that game between the two sides here for this afternoon. And let's get straight now to the game between Liverpool and Manchester City. A lot to play for here in this match, as we do have Liverpool going toe-to-toe with Manchester City. There's a lot of big coverage here about this matchup. We know that Liverpool are a team that obviously have won some few games at home recently, beating Celtic and Rangers in their last home games at Anfield. And Liverpool trying to get back into winning ways, and they are in that top 4 position, or the top 5 position in those Champions League spots they want to try and be by the end of the season. As of Man City, however, a massive disappointment last week to lose to United at home last week by 2-1. So this is the official, let's say, lineup here for Liverpool, for Klopp's team. As we do have goalkeeper will be Alisson will be the goalkeeper in the game, while we do have Konate, Alexander-Arnold, Matteo, with Thiago and Sabitzer, and also Nunez, Leao and Rafinha. And that's a very strong team that will be there for Liverpool. And with a handshake right there from both sides in this game. And as for Man City, however, we know that for their team, we also got up front, we have Ederson, and also Laporte, Diaz, Walker. We've got Chisella, Jude Bellingham, Phil Foden, Messi, and also Karen and Benzema. And that's a very strong team that will be there for Man City in the game. But as for City, this is a very important match. This is in terms of the football, hopefully. And see who will come up on top in this game is very, very hopefully important. We'll see how it all comes across this match. So here we go, kick-off on the way. And now Walker. And we are ready here for kick-off, ladies and gentlemen, here between Liverpool and Man City. Lots to play for in this matchup. Lots of real contestant of a match here. But now Messi's through. Could be a shot for Messi. A chance here to score, but good save right there from Alisson. And now corner here for City. Well, I know Man City actually played at Liverpool a few weeks ago at the Emirates FA Cup quarter-finals and lost 4-1 at home. And Man City have won here in this season so far in the Emirates FA Cup. Might do the exact same thing in the Premier League, potentially so, but Liverpool almost scored there, but good save there from Ederson. So now it's going to be a throw-in here in this match. And Liverpool obviously could really do a favour for Manchester United, as United are now currently 9 points clear at the top of the Premier League after beating Everton by 5-3. Unless City might get anything out of this game here right now, this afternoon, might go 6 points instead. But the gap might go more longer. It might be extended for Man United. As you can see there, we know how intense it really is in terms of where United are currently at. Only 9 points off from Man City. Unless they win here to make it 6 before the end of this match day. 10 games left of the Premiership season to go as well. There's a lot of pressure during this part of the season in terms of the football. Now Rafinha has a shot though. And great defending right there from the Man City defence. And now Trent will take the cross in the box. Header, and it's gone all the way now away now for, looks like here, a goal kick. And now Ederson will take it. He passes short here to Guardiol. Laporte. And now here's Bellingham. Now Foden. And now here's Messi. And now Messi on the attack potentially. That's going to be, looks like here, a free kick here for Man City in the match. Let's see how Messi can do in this matchup here right now. Free kick for him in the game. Against the goalkeeper of Alisson. And maybe a goal here in the first half potentially so for Messi. And hit the post. Now Rafinha. Now all the way here to Sabitzer. And now Messi. And now here's Walker. Good defending. Now Eder Mateo. And now Leao. And now Leao now. Great pass to Sabitzer. Oh, could have been a chance for Sabitzer to score. And now cross into the box. Header. Oh, massive shot there for him to put that ball past the keeper, but that's gone obviously wide. And now we've got ourselves a goal kick in the game, by the way. And now let's see what happens here now. Ederson will take it. And now he boots it now to Header. Now to Rodri. And now Messi. Now it's Benzema. What a shot. And now here's to Thiago now. Now Leao. Now is McAllister. And now Leao now in the attack. And there you have it. That is that for obviously the first half. No goal scored, by the way, in the first half so far, as it is goalless going into the break. As it ends here, as it is Liverpool 0, Manchester City 0 at full time.
Manchester City, the kings of English football again.
You'll never stop this thing. I will never let you go.
And we are back here for the second half, and here we go. No goal scored in the first, but let's see what happens in the second here. Now McAllister. And now Rafael Leao. Cross into the box, head up slightly. Wait a second, goal! It is! Wait a second, no goal though, disallowed. Offside. I thought Dominic Nunez might have got that goal counted, but it looks like there it was offside though. But here's Laporte that I meant. And now it's Chuese. Now Benzema. Now Messi. Bellingham. And he scores. First goal in the matchup. And Jude Bellingham for the away team of Manchester City are in front here at Anfield. I know Man City also won here a few weeks back in the Emirates FA Cup quarter-finals. And it looks like Man City doing the exact same pattern from the last few weeks ago. But now in the Premier League game though. And obviously Man City want to try and get themselves back into winning ways, because they lost that big match to United last week in that title race. And they really want to put the pressure still back on United, hopefully, within the next 10 games to play of the season. And Messi obviously comes off the field. And Julian Alvarez comes on the field.
Goal for Manchester City, number 22, Jude Bellingham.
Now pass there now to McAllister. Now it's Edler Mateo. And now Thiago. And now there's a chance here from Nunez. Save right there for the goalkeeper. Now Thiago. Chance here maybe for Liverpool to get back in the game. But it is still obviously 1-0 to City. And Cancelo comes on the off the field. Thiago comes off as well. And Ryan Gravenberg is coming on. Gravenberg, the Dutch holding midfielder. And now Walker comes off the field and Cancelo comes on the field. Now Laporte. Sabitzer. Now Rafinha. Now Rodri. And now Darwin Nunez. And what a goal there from Darwin Nunez. And now it's 1-1. And what a hit right there from Darwin Nunez. Brilliant. Absolute brilliant hit. Into the back of the net as well. And what an amazing goal right there from Darwin Nunez to place that ball right past the goalkeeper. And now it is a goal there to make it 1-1. So 1-1 here in this matchup. Liverpool back in the game here. And now let's see what happens here. Now we've got another, let's say, half an hour left of the game. And it is one apiece, and Liverpool want to try and get something out of this match. Now here's Nathan Ake. Laporte. And now Rodri. And now here's Alvarez. And what a goal there from Alvarez. And that's an absolute amazing goal. And now Man City are 2-1 up in the game. Another goal. What a brilliant goal, in fact. 2-1 in the matchup here for City. We know how real big game this really is in terms of the title race this season between Man United and Man City, challenging for that Premiership title within the next 10 games from now of the season. But here's Rafinha now for Liverpool. Rafinha now in the box, cross the ball into the goalkeeper there, Ederson. And now it's Alvarez. And now all the way to McAllister. Nice little cutting play here, shot. Good block. Now Phil Foden. Now here's Benzema. Alvarez. Pass there now to Benzema. And away there now to Darwin Núñez here. He's through. Darwin Núñez is through to the goalkeeper. Has a shot. Good goalkeeping there from Ederson. Brilliant, brilliant save from him. Absolutely fantastic in terms of his ability there. And now Phil Foden now runs through. Goes to get a counter-attack. Has a shot. And that's an amazing goal there from Manchester City at the end of the game. 3-1 the score. And Phil Foden scores in the last minute in the game. This is something special, this is, in terms of the goal. Because this is a massive chance here now. If Man City could even try and get the win here again here at Anfield. It's not the first time they've done it this season. They've done it way back in the Emirates FA Cup quarter-finals a few weeks back, when City won 4-1 at Anfield. And Liverpool's home form this season has not been that great. I know Liverpool doing quite well being consistent recently and really find themselves in that Champions League places. But at the same time, they cannot lose these sort of games. And now Gravenberg now pushing through here now for Liverpool. And now chance here for him to score. Good defender there from Cancelo there for Man City. Now Darwin Núñez, Rafinha, chance here. Oh my God, it could have gone in, but good clearance there from City there. And the whistle blows here for full time. Brilliant, brilliant win here for Man City. Getting back into winning ways after losing in that title race game from last week against Manchester United at the Etihad Stadium. A massive blow last week for Man City, but this week a massive win for them away from home over Liverpool. And I've got to say, great goal there from Phil Foden. Also Jude Bellingham also on the scoreline as well. And they seem like a real strong team in the match with great qualities here. As it ends here at full time at Anfield, Liverpool 1, Manchester City 3. A massive win for Manchester City, and goals happened in the second half for the right reasons and the right reasons only. First half, very quiet Anfield, no goals scored in the first half, but in the second half, things were very great. And Man City got the victory here over the line, over Liverpool in the matchup. A massive, massive, massive goal, obviously, and results, obviously, here for the City. They really, really create, let's say, a real moment, of course, in the matchup, and really showed a lot of fight in the match, because after losing to Man United last week, obviously, they feel a little bit their hopes are down after losing to them 2-1. You know, lack of confidence a lot inside that match. But in this game here, over Liverpool, I feel that they really picked themselves up here again, because Liverpool's a tough place to go for any team across the Premier League. I know Liverpool had their downs so far this season at home. Their home form's not been that great after losing to Newcastle 5-0, after losing to Arsenal 3-2 and United, and even Man City as well in the FA Cup and also in the Premier League. So I feel that for Man City, I think they took this game for granted. They got the result here, and they'll be very, very proud, obviously, of the result. And they can now really focus on each game now until the end of the season. And any hope now, that 6-point gap between United and Man City might come down to the end of the season on the exact same points, with the best goal difference maybe so for Man City to win the Premier League title. But who knows? Because Man United, all they have to do, it all depends on them. If they end up slipping up in their games, then that will mean that the title race will be back on the line again for Man City to be involved in that positions, hopefully to try and win another league title under their name. But big result for them, and I think Pep will be very proud of his team here. And now we move on now to the game itself. We do have the Yorkshire Derby, ladies and gentlemen, as Leeds United, as they'll be playing here against Sheffield United. And let's get to that game at Ellen Road live between the two sides. And let's get straight now into the match. We've got here Leeds United versus Sheffield United. A massive game on the cards here for this contest here. This Yorkshire Derby's up for the grabs. between these two teams to get anything out of this game. But we know how big this really is in terms of the football and also in terms of the coverage here between these two Yorkshire sides. We know how big this game really is in terms of Leeds United, however. They are only now 7 points clear from the relegation drop, and if Sheffield United somehow win this game, then Leeds are slightly in big trouble in terms of dragged into the relegation's battle outside of that within 5 points maybe, so it all depends on this game. So Leeds win this game, massive breathing space away from the relegation drop. If they lose, they're slightly back in that relegation battle outside of that within 5 points clear. But Leeds have got a very strong team on Marcelo Bielsa. Very good football, great attacking flow football, and they really want to do something in this matchup to really deliver something in this game. But as for obviously for Sheffield United, we know how big this game really is for Sheffield, because they've done quite well obviously in terms of results, you know, getting some back-to-back victories, trying to get away from the relegation drop as possible, and they're doing a real good job there under Chris Wilder. Despite their team having minus 37 on goal difference, they're really given the fight in their lives down the bottom to try and survive for next season in the Premier League, and that's what Chris Wilder's team's trying to do. After 16 years away from the top flight of British football, they want to be involved in the Premier League for next season, and what a way to do it. If Sheffield can get a result here, that might be a lot of an advantage hopefully for them to really push themselves away from the drop, also away from Rangers and also Celtic. And the exact same thing goes for Leeds as well. Lose, they're slightly back into that relegation fight, or the dog fight in fact. But if they end up winning this game, a massive breathing space, only by at least 12 points clear from the relegation zone, or at least 9 points in fact they get a result here. The points are, let's say, bloody ridiculous down the bottom, because Rangers end up getting results as well in the last few games as well. So it means that Leeds are still involved in this fight still. So we see what happens from here though. Here's Somerville with the ball here now for Leeds. Really pushing through. Now Killick has a shot here maybe for Leeds. Great save there from Fodringham. And now here's Kangren Archer. Now Gray. Now great pass there to James McAtee. Now Hammer. Now Archer. And Archer scores, and Sheffield United are in front. And that might be something that Sheffield needs to try and keep away from the drop as possible. The only 3 points in front, or 3 points clear from Glasgow Rangers in 17th place. And that goal right there might be a bonus in terms of going 6 points clear from the relegation zone if they end up winning this game here right now. So there's a lot to play for in terms of the coverage here, because Sheffield are behind, in fact, only by 1 goal here. Leeds United are 1 goal behind Leeds. Sheffield United 1 goal in front, but Patrick Bamford's through, and Patrick Bamford scores, and now it's 1-1 here at Ellen Road, and now game on here it looks like, and there's all the fans of Leeds celebrating like real madmen of Yorkshire, and they're going mad and mental. They are celebrating that massive goal there in this Yorkshire derby match as a massive game this in terms of safety for these two teams by the end of the season. 10 games left of the Premiership season to go, as we know Sheffield United could try and extend on the points as well away from Rangers', and the same goes for Leeds as well. In fact, get a result, there will be at least 9 points, I think, if 9 points at least from safety, but that'd be a massive breathing space for Leeds. They can get a result here at Ellen Road. On paper, Leeds should win this game, because Leeds is a bigger club comparison to Sheffield United. But here's Patrick Bamford, nice little turn here, and Bamford almost scored, but great save right there from Fodringham right there for Sheffield United. Across into the box, head away, or no, could have been a chance here for a goal, but here's a goal kick here now for Sheffield United. And now all the way to Holgate, and now here's Jayden Bogle. And we know there's a very tight game so far in this matchup. Now throw in here now to Holgate. And now Souza. McAtee. And now here's Calvin Phillips. And now Somerville. And now Holgate. Now Archer. And now McAtee. And now on the attack here for Sheffield United. Great tackle there. Might be a red card, it could have been. But play on, says the ref. And now here's Souza now. Now James McAtee. He's been absolutely great so far this season. And he scores another goal on his name. As James McAtee's had a very good season so far for Sheffield United. The only probably man is responsible to try and get Sheffield United away from the relegation drop as possible. Because that goal right there is massive for Sheffield United. And now Sheffield are back in front here. What a game and what a derby match we have in here in Yorkshire. As Sheffield United are now in front and Leeds are behind. And that's something they say Leeds are really typical in terms of games like this. They like to somehow have real entertaining games throughout this season in terms of Ellen Road. As Leeds really show, let's say, pure entertainment of results they always get. They always get thrillers of goals here at Ellen Road. And it might seem that way might be for the Leeds in this matchup. But they are behind here, might go into half-time so far. As they're 2-1 behind in this match. And the whistle blows here for half-time. Half-time here at Ellen Road. And a massive 2 goals here for Sheffield United. And also for James McAtee as well. Really on that score sheet also here at Ellen Road. As it ends here as Leeds 1, Sheffield 2 at half-time.
Manchester City, the kings of English football again.
You'll never stop this thing. I will never let you go.
And we are back here now for the second half. And here we go between Leeds United and Sheffield United. And now Killick now to Sinstiera, now to Patrick Bamford. A nice attack here now from Bamford here. Robinson, Norwood. And now Norwood's through. And now it's Lorente. And now here's to Holgate. And now McAtee. Now Phillips. Somerville. Great attack here now from Somerville here now. Great defending here now from Sheffield's point of view. And now could be a chance for Killick to score. And it is for Leeds. Glory, glory, Leeds United have absolutely scored here against Sheffield United here at Ellen Road. And that's a massive game that is right here so far. Pure entertainment and pure fight and pure courage. Because this fight is going on here between Leeds and Sheffield United here. And now Patrick Bamford. And now Somerville has a chance to score. And he does. And Leeds United for the first time in this matchup put themselves in the lead. And what a goal. And that's a real counter-attack here from Somerville. He took it all upon himself. And now Leeds United, for the first time in this matchup, are in the lead. Because this has been an absolute pure basketball matchup here. It goes both ends in terms of the result. But Leeds United have been absolutely at it. And it's 3-2 to Leeds. And now Bogle. Jaden Bogle now on the through here now for Sheffield. Killick. And now back to Leeds here now. The Diego Lorente. Archie Gray. Now Moody will take the goal kick here for Leeds. And now pass the header there now to Leeds here at the back. They're trying to really do some little bit of magic, hopefully so in this match, if they could do so. As now we've got here Killick. Now Patrick Bamford. Now Bamford's through to make it 4-2 potentially so. Bamford now Somerville and a goal for Leeds. Leeds United are now 4-2 up in the match. And all the Leeds fans are going ballistic, and this result right here, right now, will mean that Leeds United will definitely likely now to survive the relegations fight. I think that Leeds will be safe for next season because 31 points out of 22 points within the next 10 games from now. I think Leeds United might end up getting some results maybe from now until the end of the season, because 4-2 for Leeds is massive, and this game really is massive for Leeds United, because it comes down to what happens if Sheffield does win this matchup. It will mean that Leeds will get dragged back into the relegation dogfight otherwise. But now here's a chance here now, and now Sheffield got themselves a goal back here, 4-3. Game on here still, game on between Sheffield and Leeds. And we know Leeds United, of course, get this result here will really feel a bit of confidence that Leeds might stay up, of course. 9 points maybe not enough in terms of the next 10 games, and anything can happen for Rangers, in fact, and Celtic to get maybe some real back-to-back victories, and Leeds might end up losing all those 10 games. It might look like now Leeds are definitely likely to be safe from that. But who knows? 10 games, still a lot of games to play. But if they can hold on this 4-3 result here at Ellen Road, that'll be a massive, massive win here for Leeds to keep themselves away from that relegation dogfight, hopefully. And now here's to Patrick Bamford now. Nice cut-through play here for Leeds. Now is Calvin Phillips. Now it's Sinstiera. And now it's Somerville. Great defending there now. He's got themselves a little throw in here now for Sheffield. Now Bogle. Burge. And now Brewster. Now Brewster now on the attack. And now Brewster now scored the third goal. The fourth goal maybe so in the game, but right in the keeper's hands. And the whistle blows here for full time. And an unbelievable goal right here now for the matchup here for this afternoon, and Leeds United have got themselves that win, and they are at least now 9 points away from the relegation drop. That win right there sums them 9 points clear from the drop, and that is something real special, I've got to say, in terms of the result here at full time, as it ends Leeds 4, Sheffield United 3 at full time. Leeds United have scraped a massive win over Sheffield United here at Ellen Road, and they are now at least 9 points clear from the relegation drop. And what is your massive thoughts on this big win for Leeds United in the game here this afternoon? A brilliant day here for Leeds United. They really delivered a massive victory here against Sheffield United. They really created this a massive, massive, massive result here over Sheffield United, because it was a tight game. And Sheffield United really, dig deep. And they were in the lead some point in the matchup also. Made it a little bit, easier maybe for Sheffield to get the result. But Leeds United, a little bit nerve-wracking, they were behind, because Leeds were not that far off on points level comparison to the relegation drop. Even though Leeds, of course, picked up 2 wins and they are away from that in 15th place, but they could have been dragged back into the relegations fight if they lost here over Sheffield United. So I feel that Marcel Bielsa and Leeds United will be very, very proud to get the win over the line here, of course, this afternoon in a pouring rainy day in Yorkshire. And now I think Leeds are now likely they're going to be safe for next season. And now we move on now to the coverages across the Premier League for all the other 7 games before wrapping up Super Sunday here for this afternoon. And Spurs have got themselves the lead in the matchup as Song Heung-min strike that ball in the bottom corner to put Spurs in front in the matchup. And that's an unbelievable hit right there from the Korean as he hits it rightfully right there in that bottom corner. And now Spurs are 1-0 up to the good here in the matchup. And then Spurs have got themselves that goal to make it 2-0. A great run right here from Song again to score another goal past Emiliano Martinez, as Tottenham Hotspur have got themselves that another goal and another goal to extend themselves the lead to make it 2-0 in the match. And then Aston Villa have got themselves the goal to make it 2-1 in the game. As what a strike right there from Ollie Watkins in the top corner. As a real perfect run right here from Watkins, who strikes that in the top corner. and now it is 2-1 in the game. And then Leon Bailey have got themselves another goal in the matchup here to make it 2-2 in the game. A great perfect pass there from Douglas Luiz, as Bailey right there got that ball and finished that ball right in that top corner, and now it's 2-2 in the matchup so far. And the full-time score blows as Unai Emery's men a massive comeback for Villa to get themselves that 2-2 draw over Spurs here in the game, as Spurs were 2-0 up by 2 goals from Song, but unfortunately Spurs really fumbled it as Villa scored 2 goals at the end to make it a draw in this matchup, as it ends Aston Villa 2, Spurs 2 at full time. And then Arsenal got themselves that goal to make it 1-0 as Jorginho, great pass there now to Jesus. And Jesus there, a little cut through of play right here. And then pass it back to Jorginho, and he put that ball over the goalkeeper. And now Arsenal are 1 goal up in front in the match. An unbelievable tap in right there from Jorginho. And now it's 1-0 in the game. And then a great pass there to Jesus as he hits that ball right in that bottom corner. As an absolute wicked strike right there for the Brazilian, as now Arsenal are 2 goals up in front, as Flacken right there could not save that shot, and now the Gunners are 2-0 in the match. And then another goal scored in the game here to make it 3-0. An unbelievable strike right there in the game there for Gabriel Martinelli, as now it is 3-0 in the match. And looks like here a real perfect run was absolutely wicked right here for him. And now it's 3-0 to the Arsenal. And then a goal here in the matchup for Brentford. A consolation goal, let's put it that way. As a great cross into the box, into the head right there. A goal there from Kasper Dolberg to get the goal back here for Brentford to make it 3-1. There's still a long way in the game here for Brentford to try and make a comeback in this matchup. But now it is 3-1 in the matchup, as David Raya could not reach that header right there from Kasper Dolberg, and now it's 3-1. And then Arsenal, a corner, Martinelli, cross into the box, header right there from Kimmelwar, his first goal, the Jakub Kimmelwar for Arsenal, his first ever goal as an Arsenal player, was an absolute great cross from the Martinelli into the head of Jakub Kimmelwar, and now Arsenal are 4-1 up here to the good against Brentford at the Emirates Stadium. And then Arsenal unfortunately gave away another goal as Ivan Toney scored, and now it's 4-1 in the game. Unbelievable run, I've got to say, of the ball here for Ivan Toney. He really took it all upon himself, and he struck that ball right in that bottom corner, and now it is 4-2 in the game here for the Gunners. And now Arsenal have got themselves that 5th goal in the matchup as Gabriel Martinelli slot that ball right in the top corner and strikes it in the top corner here to make it 5-2 in the match. A great run right there from Gabriel Martinelli, and now it's 5-2 to the Arsenal. And then Arsenal, just before the end of the matchup, got themselves another goal in the game to make it 6-2. A great run right there from Bukayo Saka to slot that ball right into that bottom corner. And now Arsenal have got themselves that massive 3 points in the bag. Brilliant goal right there from Saka, and also a brilliant victory here for the Arsenal team, as Brentford were a little bit smashed, they were, in this game at the Emirates, but another consecutive 6 goals in the matchup. They did that exact same thing to Sheffield United in their last matchup last week, and they're doing the exact same thing on this match day. Another 6 goals at home this time around against Brentford, as the full-time score ends here at the Emirates as Arsenal 6, Brentford 2 at full-time. And a great run here for Celtic as Morgan Gibbs-White got the first goal in the game against Dean Henderson, as Celtic are in the lead. As a great run there for Morgan Gibbs-White, as Dean Henderson there could not get there in time, and now it is 1-0 in the game here for Celtic. And then disappointing right there for Celtic, because Crystal Palace got themselves level in the matchup in the second half, as a great goal in the matchup here from Lerma, Jefferson Lerma, to score his second goal in the whole Premier League season as a player for Crystal Palace, as he strikes that ball right in that top corner, and unfortunately Joe Hart could not save it, and now it is 1 apiece. And then Wilfried Zaha right there got himself a pass there to Eze, and he hits it right in that top corner, as a wonderful pass there from Wilfried Zaha to slot that ball right into that top corner, and now it's 2-1 to the Palace. And then again, looks like here Celtic got themselves back level in the matchup. A great goal there from Nathan Redmond to make it 2-2, as Palace unfortunately could not do anything there, as Nathan Redmond really was sharp, he was, on that ball, and now it's 2-2 in the game. And then a great chance here for Palace to make it 3-2, as a great goal right there from Michael Olise to have that ball tapped in into the back of the net. Great electrifying passing right there for the Palace attack, but Michael Esse got that last touch, put into that goal, and now it's 3-2 to Crystal Palace in the matchup. So, massive result here for the Palace, a massive 3 points for the Palace, and unfortunately for Celtic, they are currently in the relegation battle, and they might look a little bit disappointed here to lose another game, as Palace have got that massive victory here, and that's 1 goal scored there by Michael Olise at the end of the game to put Palace to win the matchup here at Selhurst Park. As it ends, Crystal Palace 3, Celtic 2 at full time. And a great chance here for Norwich to put themselves in front, as a great ball there, as a shot from Pukki saved, the rebound from Jose Sarr into the feet right there from Josh Sargent, and now Norwich are 1 goal up in the matchup here in Molineux. And a great goal right here for Wolves, as Chunna right there strike that ball right into that top corner, and now it's 1-1 in the game here, game on as we speak, as an absolute wonderful strike there from Chunna, and game's on here at Molineux. And a massive perfect goal at the end of the game here for Wolverhampton Wanderers, as Saraba right there scored past the goalkeeper Angus Gunn, as Wolverhampton Wanderers got that massive goal at the end of the matchup here to put themselves away from the relegation drop, as they're only 2 points off from Rangers, and that massive goal right there from Saraba right there makes it more comfortable here for Wolverhampton Wanderers to get the win over the line here at Molineux. A massive, massive goal, I've got to say, there from Chunna and also Sarabe as well. But Norwich City could not get anything in the game, and these 2 teams are in the relegation battle. But Wolves got themselves that massive win to keep themselves away from the relegation drop, as they are now 5 points clear from the drop. But the match ends here at full time, as Wolves 2, Norwich 1 at the end of the game here at Molineux. And a cross right here for West Ham United, as a great header right there from Harry Maguire to head that ball right in the back of the net, as James Ward-Prowse really got himself a nice little cross into the head of Maguire into the back of the net to Samba, as now West Ham United are in the lead by 1-0 at the London Stadium. And a massive goal here for Rangers in the matchup, as Andres Pereira, just before half-time, strike that ball past the goalkeeper Areola, as Kurt Zuma tried to clear the ball away from danger, but went to the feet of Rangers' Andres Pereira, went past the goalkeeper right there of Areola, and now it's 1 apiece. And a great goal right there for West Ham United to score a second goal here against Rangers, as Paqueta scored past Samba and won the matchup here over Glasgow Rangers, as James Tavernier tried to clear the ball from danger, but unfortunately right there, Paqueta right there puts that ball through his laces into the bottom corner, as West Ham United have been absolutely fantastic. They play some very good football here at the London Stadium, and a massive victory right there for the Hammers itself. Lucas Paqueta was the winning goal scorer in the matchup, and he deserved the massive praise, of course, for the Hammers team, as they're now in the top half of the table in the top 10 after that result here, as it ends at full time here as West Ham United 2, Rangers 1 at full time. And not a good start here for Chelsea in the matchup, as Anderson Maximan won a penalty as Tomori took him out in the box, and the referee pointed to the spot here as Tomori gave away a silly penalty, and the referee books him a yellow card in the game. And then a penalty right there was claimed there by one of the players here for Newcastle, as Callum Wilson takes it and puts the ball right in that bottom corner behind the Toon fans behind the goal, as Newcastle United are 1-0 up to the good here over Chelsea this late afternoon. And then Callum Wilson got himself a goal here to make it 2-0 in the match. Another goal to make Newcastle extend the lead. A great little cut through there past there to Anderson Maximan, all the way there to Callum Wilson to slot that ball right into that bottom corner, as unfortunately right there Courtois gave away a silly goal, and now it's 2-0 to the Newcastle team. But Chelsea got themselves a goal back in the matchup, as a great pass there from Raheem Sterling there to Tammy Abraham to make it 2-1 in the game, and that was the only goal scored here for Chelsea in the matchup here at Stamford Bridge. As two fantastic goals right there for Callum Wilson to win Newcastle the matchup this evening. A massive 2 goals there from Callum Wilson, and a massive win here for the whole of Newcastle here this afternoon, as it ends Chelsea 1, Newcastle United 2 at full time. A great start to the game here for Leicester, as James Maddison right there, nice pass there all the way to Harvey Barnes, really ran through right here past a few defenders, and then Jamie Vardy had a shot, rebound back there to the goalkeeper, and a great little touch right there in the box from a goal for Leicester City in the game. And what a goal there from the Turkish player who got himself his first ever goal as Leicester City's player throughout this season, and he got that last touch of the finish from a rebound save there from the goalkeeper Sanchez. And then a goal there to make it 2-0 as James Maddison striked that ball past David Sanchez, as now Brighton have now let in 2 goals here in the game, as great football here for Leicester City, and now the Foxes are 2-0 here in front against the Seagulls at the Amex Stadium. And then Leicester City carried on the momentum and got another goal in the matchup. A great cross from Harvey Barnes right there into the header right there in the game for Kieran Drewsbury-Hall, the captain for Leicester City. As the young captain Kieran Drewsbury-Hall heads that ball past the goalkeeper of David Sanchez. And now Leicester are 3 goals up to the good here at the Amex Stadium. And then, however, in the 4th goal of the matchup, Brighton Hove Albion tried to clear the ball away from danger, but unfortunately Leicester got themselves another goal as James Maddison makes it 4-0 in the game, as he tried to clear the ball away from danger as possible, but unfortunately right there went into the chest of Maddison, and then he struck that ball right past to Sanchez, and now it's 4-0 to Leicester in the match. And then Leicester City got themselves another goal here, another counter-attack, as he's really properly strike that, as Jamie Vardy makes it 5 goals in the game. A nice little cut through play here from Vardy, 1v1 right there to the goalkeeper, and now it's 5-0 to Leicester City. And then another goal scored in the game for Leicester to make it 6-0. Great counter-attack here from Wilfred Ndidi, and now 6-0 in the matchup. And who could any team come to Brighton this season and score 6 goals past them? And that's a real massive goal there from Wilfred Ndidi, and also for the whole the Leicester City team to come here down to the south coast and score 6 perfect goals over Brighton at the end of the matchup. No other team has scored 6 here at the Amex Stadium, and what a beating that Leicester City gave to Brighton Hove Albion by the end of this matchup, as the full-time score here as Brighton Hove Albion 0, Leicester City 6 at full time here at the Amex Stadium. The official results are match day 28 of the Premier League. Liverpool 1, Man City 3, Man United 5, Everton 3, Leeds 4, Sheffield United 3, Aston Villa 1, Spurs 3, Arsenal 6, Brentford 2, Palace 3, Celtic 2, Wolves 2, Norwich 1, West Ham 2, Rangers 1, Chelsea 1, Newcastle 2, and Brighton 0, Leicester City 6. As Man United are currently top of the league with 67 points. In second we have is Man City with 61. In third position we have is Everton in third position with 52. And in fourth position is Liverpool in fourth position with 52. And Arsenal are currently fifth with 51 points. While Spurs and Villa are currently 6th and 7th. And in 8th position is Chelsea, while Newcastle and West Ham are in the top half of the table. And now moving to the bottom half of the table, that'll mean that Sheffield United are 3 points clear from Rangers, but the goal difference is a lot worse off for Sheffield United in comparison to Rangers, as Rangers need one more win to put themselves above Sheffield United in the Premier League table. And also coming up, of course, for this week, during Wednesday, the first leg of the UEFA Champions League, as Liverpool will take on FC Porto and Manchester City will take on Benfica, as those games will be live on BBC. And that is all right now for the coverage on Ford Super Sunday from all of us here in the studio on Super Sunday, from myself here today, Richard Keys, and also as well Andy Gray, and have a very good night everyone.